Yo, what's up? This is T. Welcome back to my channel, Coach T School of Hard Knocks, where business knowledge meets street knowledge. That's right, baby, where business knowledge meets street knowledge. Listen, if you haven't done it already, you know what to do. That's right. If you haven't done it already, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. That's right, baby. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Listen, today we're talking about nonprofits. We're talking about nonprofits. I've been getting questions. I've been getting emails and texts. I've been having some of my best of best friends ask me, "Yo, T, how do I create a nonprofit? How do I create a nonprofit, baby?" Listen, in this video, we're talking about how to create a nonprofit. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is this: the nonprofit is not your business entity. The nonprofit is not your business entity. If you forgot what a business entity is or a business entity types, go back and check out my videos on business entities where we're talking about LLCs and LLPs, sole proprietorships and things like that. The nonprofit is established at the state level. It is established at the state level. However, it does not give you the tax exempt status at the state level. The tax exempt status comes from the IRS at the federal level. Okay, so the nonprofit, what you're really trying to get is a tax exempt status. You're not trying to create the business entity. You've already created the business entity. Now you're trying to give your business entity, or you're trying to get a business entity. You're trying to receive a tax exempt status for your business entity. That makes sense? Listen, check it out. I'm going to try to go a little bit into this thing. I'm not going to try to go real deep. I'm not going to try to go real deep because there's a lot that goes into when we're talking about tax filings and tax exempt status, baby. Okay, listen. So here's the deal. There I believe are probably about 29 different types of 501c. There are about 29 different types of 501c's. Okay, but there really is only a few out of the 29 different types. There are really only a few that the average business fits into. And then there's typically one that most businesses that I know of typically fit into. But when you hear a 501c, you already know that this business is a 501c. You know that it's tax exempt. There's a number that comes after the C. There's a number that comes after the C that tells the IRS what type of business you're into, right? Because there could be a billion gazillion businesses out there, and they get all these different tax exempt statuses. But every business is not in the same industry. Every business does not fit into the same category. So what the IRS wants to know as soon as they receive that application is, what type of business is this? For instance, a 501c3. A 501c3 is pretty much the most common business entity that's out there. Not the most common business entity. It's the most common tax exempt status that's out. The average small business, or the average business that is trying to receive its tax exempt status is normally trying to receive the 501c3. The 501c3 tax exempt status. And basically what that is telling the IRS is, hey, this is a charitable organization. This is an organization that's going to be receiving charitable gifts. For instance, churches, when you pay your tithes and your offerings, most churches that are set up as 501c's are set up as a 501c3 because they're set up to receive. They're set up so that their members, their congregation can pay into their tithes and offerings, and basically they can receive a tax exempt status, which means at the end of the year they'll get a certain amount of deduction for the amount that they paid into this charity. Because what they're saying is that the church is a charity that you're giving to. Breast cancer awareness, different types of cancer awareness, or health organizations. Those organizations are pretty much 501c3 status. Okay, now there are other different types of 501c's. There's the 501c4. 501c4 is for social action and political action, right? You don't want to set up a 501c3 and for your campaign. You want to set up a 501c4 for you if you're running for office, or you're in office and you're setting up different types of campaigns or whatever for political action or social action. You'll want to set up a 501c4. Okay. You also have you've got 501c5s, pretty much deals with agriculture. If your business is dealing with agriculture, you want to set that business up as a 501c5 if you're trying to receive a tax exempt status. Okay, now there are reasons why you would want to receive a tax exempt status, and there are reasons why you would not want to receive a tax exempt status. The reason why you would not, well, let me say this. Let me back up. The reason why you would want to receive a tax exempt status is because people that give to your organization, they're going to be able to write off, as we said before, a certain amount in tax deduction. They're going to get tax breaks for giving back to charitable organizations, to nonprofits. Okay, that's the major reason why businesses set up as 501c's, because that tax exempt status allows them to grow their business, or to grow, it allows them to grow their business and to reach more people by receiving gifts and donations and sponsorships. Right. So with that said, you're able to grow your business as a 501c. You know, as a for-profit business, what you're doing is you're going out and you're selling goods and services, and as you sell goods and services, you're making money for your business. So you're able to grow your business that way. But not every business is in the business of making money and growing their business to make billions and billions, because some organizations want to give back to the community, wants to give back to mankind, wants to see the world flourish as a whole and not just an individual business. Now, with that said, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, because a lot of people do get confused and they believe that nonprofits can't make money. They believe that nonprofits, that they're pretty much out there and they're barely making it. That's not true. As a matter of fact, listen, believe it or not, the National Football League, the NFL, used to be a nonprofit. The National Football League, the NFL, used to be a nonprofit. They're not a nonprofit anymore. But of course, you know that the NFL is making money. I do know that the NHL and the PGA, the National Hockey League, and the Professional Golf Association, they both used to be nonprofits. I believe they still are nonprofits. Not exactly sure. I haven't read that they aren't any, that they're not nonprofits anymore. But they used to, but they have had a filing status as a nonprofit. You know that those businesses make money. With that said, you've got to understand that as long as you follow the rules and the regulations, of a nonprofit, your business can grow as a nonprofit. I mean, there are mega churches out there, churches that are huge, 20, 25,000, 30,000 member congregations. I'm almost positive, not exactly positive, but I'm almost positive that those organizations, that those churches are nonprofits. And when you give to those churches, you're able to write off in tax deductions at the end of the year during tax season. Okay, as long as you follow the rules and the regulations, your business, you can have a nonprofit business that can grow and flourish. Now, you say, Tarai, now you gave me all the reasons. I've given you some of the reasons why you would want to set your business up as a nonprofit if you're truly a nonprofit, right? Now, I'm saying truly a nonprofit. What I'm saying is, don't just go out there and have a for-profit business and try to set it up as a nonprofit. One, that's not right, and two, that's illegal. You can find yourself doing federal time doing that. Don't get caught up into the hype. That's going to lead you into what's called tax evasion. Now, the one reason why you would not want to set your I'm going to say the one reason why you would not want to set your business up as a nonprofit, but a downfall of a nonprofit is that your books are open. Your books are open. If someone wants to submit and say, hey, I want to see their records, you're pretty much a public business, because you're receiving such a significant tax break from the IRS that your books are open. Okay. And you're heavily monitored and you're heavily scrutinized. So at the end of the day, if you set your business up as a nonprofit, just understand that someone is going to have the ability to look at your books. They're going to be able to see what kind of numbers you're doing. They're going to see who's making payments. Now, you can pay salaries inside. Well, I digress. Let me say this: in a nonprofit, there can be payroll. Right? There can be payroll within a nonprofit, but just understand that you've got to do everything by the book. Now, I'm not saying that you wouldn't do everything by the book as a for-profit business, because you still should do everything by the book as a for-profit business. But at the same time, as a nonprofit, you're receiving tax exempt status. And when you're receiving tax exempt status, I'm telling you, everyone is heavily scrutinizing what you are doing. So, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about nonprofits. So those of you out there that want to set your businesses up as nonprofits, or you got this nonprofit, but you don't have your 501c status yet, and you want to see what status you need that you're eligible for, hit me up on my website, TerodRobinson.com. Hit me up on my website, TerodRobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult. Let's talk about this thing. Let's walk through this thing. Let's work things out, and let's see exactly what you need to do. And then let's create this nonprofit for you. Let's really make this thing happen. And if you want to see what you need to do in order to really build the business, create a plan so that you can create your nonprofit and really be able to grow that thing and make that thing flourish, listen, I'm here for you. Hit me up on my website, TerodRobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult. We can talk through this thing and really make this thing go down. Anyway, again, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to this channel. That's right, baby. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. If you haven't gone out there already to Amazon.com and picked up my book, The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now, listen, it's still not too late. Go out there and get it. The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now. It's the best entrepreneurial book out there on the market. I put that book up against anybody, anytime. I guarantee it, anytime. Listen, thank you for dropping by. I look forward to seeing you again next week.